Hello and welcome, wonderful adventures. In this tutorial we're going to be learning how to make a game similar to this puzzle game here. So let's get started. In this first tutorial what we're going to do is just download the project files. So we're going to navigate to the link in the description, go to download zip, choose download, open the file, choose extract all. And you can name this something here if you like or not, or extract it to any location. But the important part is when we go into here, I'm going to rename this folder. And Godot will attempt to rename our project to what this folder's name is. So if you want to name your game something, then name it there. But if you want to change the name later on, we can. I'm going to delete a couple of items in here as well that I'm not going to use, and I recommend that you maybe take a look at the rest of the items and see if you like them for your effects. I'm going to use Kenny Pixel Square, and if you don't know who Kenny is, you will soon. So what we're going to do is take and navigate to, I'm going to navigate to what I call my game development folder, and I'm going to have a GitHub folder here, and I'm just going to copy this over, and then I'm going to choose to open Godot, and this is Godot 4.2, and I recommend you using 4.2 if you want to follow along exactly for this tutorial, but I think most of them should be able to use this tutorial for the most part. There might be some things that would have to be different. So when we first open up a project and we see a folder, we see the warning like this regarding our folder, this is just saying that the project will import files in the folder into the project, and it could be something big and cause Godot to shut down or mess up. We're going to navigate to our folder that we placed into the game development and renamed. Select this folder, and I have mobile checked for this engine version. You can change it if you like, but this is for a mobile export, so I just put it on mobile. If you want more advanced graphics and things like that, then you would want to choose something different. So go ahead and create and edit, and you'll see this warning pop up again. And this is just to confirm the warning that we got earlier. We're going to choose OK. And don't worry, sometimes Godot will attempt to open a project and then immediately shut down. Sometimes that happens, but it's okay. You can just reopen the project and all the files should be there. So navigate to your project settings, because we're going to change a couple of things in here. This is where you can change the name. If you want to change it to Puzzle Game 2 or 50, you could change it here. So we're going to go to Window, and we need to change the size here to 512 by 704. And I'll explain that a little bit later when we get into adding our nodes and seeing what happens. But we're going to navigate down to stretch mode. We're going to go to canvas item, and we're going to make sure that keep is checked. And I'll show you what that means as well later on. Now up here you can see where it says borderless. If I choose borderless, that will make this part of the window go away, which normally when I export I do. And also will choose not resizable, and that would make that go away. That would actually kind of force our player, if we didn't have this border here, this would kind of force our player to use our exit strategy to ensure that our game exits appropriately. So you can do that, but for now I'm not going to, just because for testing purposes it kind of makes things a little weird if you're trying to do certain things. So What we're going to do is navigate down here now into textures, and we're going to choose to make this nearest. And I'll explain why here in a second after we scroll down real quick to pointing, and we're going to choose emulate touch from mouse, and that'll allow us to use touch instead of having to worry about using the mouse. But when we go back up to textures, close this down, and I will put an image over here for you to see. Now, if you look at the pixels on here, you can see that they're squared off nicely. And if we go back to project settings and we turn that off, you can see that it gets blurry. This is 9 times out of the 10 the reason why that happens. And you can do that there, or you can also choose the node itself and go down to the texture and choose nearest here. That would be more for just a single node and you wanted to keep the other nodes in the project looking the same. You would want to do something like that.